Alright everybody, welcome to the lesson 6.3 video on unit pricing for consumer math. So obviously I'm not here today, so I'm going to try to do this more often to where I'm not here. You'll have videos to watch, and that way you won't have to watch Walmart videos, which I'm sure you had a blast doing last Friday. So we're going to start. Hopefully the sub by now has handed out the note sheet packet that we have that has our Cornell notes for today. And our goal for today is to calculate the unit price of an item. Now most of you have been to a store like Hornbacher's or Walmart to go buy some food or to buy some other items, and you see that there's a price tag on there. And I'll go back to the first screen here. And on the price tag, it says how much you're going to pay at the register, okay? Or at least the price before tax. It says 65 cents, but it also has this other part of the tag that talks about the unit price. Now this unit price is going to tell us how much it costs for a certain unit of measurement. So in this case it's per pound. And so the unit price is the price for a certain amount of an item. Okay? And it's that easy. You just have to take the total number of things that you have, and you're going to take the price and divide by the number of things you have. And so calculating unit price is on your note sheet right here as calculating the total price divided by the number of units or the measurement that you have for that particular item. Now sometimes you measure the number of units. So for instance, in a 12-pack of soda, you might measure the price per can, or you might be measuring it in terms of a measurement. So for instance, fluid ounces. And so if you're comparing a 2-liter versus a 6-pack of pop, you might want to compare the price per ounce to get the best deal possible. But calculating the unit price is as simple as taking how much something costs divided by how many items you have. Now again, I include these sheets in your note packet. This is just an excerpt from the book. So in case you don't have this video nearby, or you just have the sheet of paper, this will hopefully tell you exactly what I've just told you in words. So that way you don't have to have me there. We'll go right to example 1. So example 1 says, find the unit price to the nearest tenth of a cent. So for number 1, we have a 4.5 pound chicken, and it cost $5.25. So again, we're going to begin with our formula that we have from our note sheet. Unit price is equal to the price of the item divided by how many we have, or the measurement. So what am I measuring this item in? It's chicken. So I don't have like cans of chicken in this case. I have pounds, okay? So I'm measuring in pounds for number 1, and I have the price over here at $5.25. So all I have to do to find the unit price of the chicken is take $5.25, and I'm going to divide by how many pounds of chicken I have, which in this case I have 4.5 pounds. Now before I do this calculation, I want you to notice that I have units on each of these numbers. They're not just numbers by themselves. And by keeping track of the units, you can keep track of whether your answer actually makes sense. So on the top I have dollars, and on the bottom I have pounds, which is abbreviated LBS. Okay, so I have dollars divided by pounds. And so some people read this dollars per pound. And that unit makes sense. If I had pounds per dollar, that might not make as much sense, but it probably would still work. But I'm going to have dollars per pound right now on these numbers. So if I do this calculation then, and I got $1.17, or $1.16, and it's 666 repeating, keeps going on. So I'm going to round that to the nearest cent, and I'm going to get $1.17 per pound of chicken. Now this is useful because if I want to scale this up, let's say I need more than 4.5 pounds, let's say I need 9 pounds. So if I need 9 pounds of this, I know how much it costs per pound, so all I would have to do is I would have to take 9 multiplied by the price per pound, which is $1.17. And if I needed a 9 pounds worth of chicken, so I could just take 9 times 1.17, and I would get $10.53 roughly. Because obviously I've rounded my answer from the previous question. Alright, the second part of this example is number 2, and I have a 20-count package of plastic storage bags. So again, I have 20 packages, and the entire thing costs me $2.29. So again, I'm going to begin my problem by setting up my formula, and I'm going to abbreviate unit price as UP is equal to the price divided by the count, or the number of items. And so the price in this case is $2.29. And the dollar, I have dollars as a unit on top, and then below, what am I measuring in? Am I measuring in pounds this time? Nope, I'm measuring the number of items. I have 20 of them, so 20 bags. Okay, so I want to find out how much it costs per bag. So then I have dollars per bag. That unit makes sense, so I'll go ahead and do my division. And so let's pull up the calculator here. So I'm going to take the 2.29 and I'm going to divide by 20. Looks like I got 0.1145. So in that case, I'm going to round to the nearest cent. So if I look at the 1 in the hundredth spot, the 4 is less than 5, so I'm going to keep it as an 11. And it's going to be 11 cents on the dollar. So that is the price per storage bag. Alright, we'll move on to the next example now. Now in example 2, we just have a bunch of random things for you to try out and see if you could do. And so if you want to pause the video at this point, I can go ahead and let you work on these for a while. And so give yourself about maybe 2 minutes to do this, and then restart the video or replay the video. So if the sub could pause now, that would be great, and just take about 2 minutes to do these examples. Okay, welcome back. So here are all the examples worked out. So I've shown all my work, and this is how I want you to show your work on the quizzes and the tests. I want to make sure that you have your units properly labeled. So for instance, in the first problem I have dollars on the top, right here, and on the bottom I have ounces in the denominator. So now my answer is going to be dollars per ounce, and that's a unit that makes sense because I want to be able to compare two items that have the same units. So I have dollars per ounce. And you see my answer for the first example, for a 15-ounce can of corn, it's going to be 6 cents per ounce. Alright? And again, in the second example, use the same thing. Begin with the formula I gave you in your Cornell notes. Unit price equals price per amount. Then you divide the price, $8.37, by the unit of measurement, which is pounds. I have 3.5 pounds, so I take 8.37 divided by 3.5, I get 2.3914, and it goes on a little bit after this, but we round to the nearest cent, which is in the hundredth spot, which is 2 places after the decimal. And so I have $2.39 per pound of the beef roast. Last example, 28 paper plates, $2.37. I'm going to be measuring in dollars per plate, because that's my units. I have dollars in the price and plates in the denominator, so my unit at the end will be dollars per plate. I will be grading you for the proper unit on your quizzes and tests, so make sure you're paying attention to that. We'll move on to the next example. So here's an example of something you might see in a real grocery store. Okay, so we have a shelf item here with a price. It says the retail price here is going to be $3.09 right there. So it says $3.09, and it gives you the unit price here. Okay, the unit price is $6.59 per pound. And so for the first part of the question, what is the price per pound of this can of salmon? It tells you. So this is a pretty easy one. It's just $6.59. And it says it right on the sticker there. It says per pound. Now, based on the price, how can we figure out how much that can weighs? So I have the price that I'm paying for this can, and I have the price per pound. So I'm going to use the same formula I had from my Cornell notes. I have the unit price on the left side is equal to the price on top divided by the amount. And what am I trying to find in this question if I'm asking you how much the can weighs? Am I finding the price or the amount? I want to know what the amount is. I have 2 out of the 3 things here. I have what the unit price is. The unit price is given to me on the sticker, and it's $6.59. And that is the pounds, or price per pound. It's dollars per pound. So if I want units for this, it's $6.59 per pound of this canned tuna. Or salmon, excuse me. And so then the price of the thing that I'm purchasing is also on there in the white, and that is going to be $3.09. And I don't know what the amount is. I know it's going to be measured in pounds, but it's going to be a variable. It's going to be called x. And I want to solve this for x. Now you might remember this from a previous class, maybe Algebra 1 or some other math class. What I need to do here is I need to get this x out of the denominator. So since I'm dividing by x on the right side, I want to multiply by x to get it out of that denominator. And of course, I did that to the right side of the equation. And so from algebra class, you know if you want to keep the equation balanced, I want to multiply on both sides of the equation. So on the left side now, I multiply by x, and I get $6.59 per pound times x pounds will get me $3.09. And notice I don't have anything in the denominator anymore because I got rid of it with multiplying by x. And so now I just want to solve for x. I want to get the x variable all by itself. And so the only thing next to the x variable on the left side is the $6.59. And I want to get rid of that. And it's attached to the x with the multiplication, so I'm going to divide by $6.59 on both sides. Okay, so then I'm going to have x, and let's pull up the calculator and see what we get. Oops, math tools, there we go. And so I'm going to take the price that I had, which is $3.09. I'm going to divide it by my price per pound, which is $6.59. It looks like my x value is going to be 0.468892. And I'll have it round in this problem, let's round to the nearest hundredth spot. And so that means that I'm going to have 0.47. What is the units going to be in for this problem? Let's take a look. My unit price is in price dollars per pound, and I wanted to find out how much I had, so my unit should probably be what? Pounds. So my answer to this question, the can is about half a pound, 0.47 pounds of salmon, which makes sense because my price on the sticker is about half of what the price per pound is. So it makes sense to have about half a pound of salmon. This is the last example for this section. Find the unit price of the following items. And again, this is an activity I want you to do by yourself and see if you can get it with all of the units. So again, if the sub could pause the video, give another 2 minutes to work on this, and then hit play when you're ready to start again. Okay. So the first two examples here should have been pretty familiar, and the last example is the only one that should have been different. And so we have a 9.5 ounce bag of chips that costs $3.14. So again, you just take the price of the bag of chips, which is $3.14, and I'm dividing by the amount or the quantity which I am measuring, which is in ounces. So I have 9.5 ounces. So my answer should be in dollars per ounces. Alright, and so now you have the rest of the hour to quietly work on section 6.3's homework, which is on page 261. Will be numbers 5 through 12, and then skip ahead and go ahead and do number 19 as well. And again, make sure to complete it on a separate sheet of paper, put your name in the assignment on the top, and then make sure to show all of the work, especially what's typed into the calculator, because if you do that, I can maybe give you some partial credit if I can understand what your thought process was. Okay, so again, work until the end of the hour, have the break, and come back and watch the second video.